Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome to this overview of build 1.0.3, a bug fix and quality of life update. I normally only keep these update videos to feature updates, which I'm sure we're going to be getting in the future, but there is so much new stuff in this one and so many awesome fixes. I wanted to kind of run over some of the major ones with you today. There have been over 400 fixes and quality of life upgrades in this update, so obviously we're not going to go through them all. In fact, even Frontier don't go through them all. The first couple of things they list are multiple bug fixes and crash fixes, which is awesome. So I know a few of you were having problems with crashing. One of the main ones was that pretty much every day, the first time you loaded the game, it crashed, and then you had to reopen it. Luckily, I wasn't having that problem, but I know a lot were. Apparently, that has been fixed now, which is awesome to hear. Some of the major animal fixes then. First of all, animals who are swimming are now able to open their mouth slightly and drink the water that they're swimming in. So you'll now no longer have animals get dehydrated whilst swimming. They've also balanced the exhibit animal defecation rate, which is basically a nice way of saying that things in tanks were pooing too much, and they've now gone back and adjusted the numbers. There have been some changes to the scenario mode of the game, including scenario number 4, having staff buildings, staff and path layout already in place if you're starting it afresh, and also the objective requirements have come down lower, which means actually, as I came into this one to film a shot of the exhibits, I actually got myself gold, because now you only needed 7 and 6 as opposed to 10 and 6 as it was previously. Quite a specific one, but when you were orbiting camera on an animal and you went into Ansel, which I'm not sure will work while I'm recording this, coming out of Ansel would send the camera flying, basically. That's now been fixed, which is really good. The guests are no longer as grossed out by poop as they used to be, having the ew reaction behaviour tweaked a little, which is nice to see. They've also added loads of other audio fixes, including some more ambient music tracks, a submix if you're using headphones, crowd variations and individual reactions audio as well, so you won't find the guest audio as repetitive as it was. And this one, especially for creative players like myself, is a huge one. There was a problem in the game that they said that they fixed in the last update. Actually, it turned out there was something else causing the same issue that they managed to fix in this one, and that's basically when you're moving an object, if you press X, you'll go into advanced move mode. This is advanced move mode, so we can use the things here to move them around. If you press X again, you go into rotation mode, which is basically the same thing, but it works on an axis. And basically that X key wasn't working. It wasn't swapping between them, so you're having to come up here and tap this button. Now, it doesn't seem like a huge thing, but when you're placing down thousands of pieces that are all perfectly aligned and moving around and stuff, that's a huge workflow issue. Just being able to tap here makes such a difference. So it's really awesome. Oh, look at it, it's working, it's so good. Awesome to see that one change. Honestly, for sandbox players, for creative players, this is probably the most annoying thing. So I'm so glad that they've managed to figure that one out and get that fixed. And of course, many other fixes, including huge fixes to the UI, changes in how the guests work, including fixes from protesters, not fleeing from escaped animals and other things like that. Loads and loads of stuff, literally pages and pages of fixes. But the main reason I want to do this video is because of the huge changes we've now got to sandbox mode. We're over here in Nuna Kanata, which is our North American sandbox park. I'm not going to turn around there because there's new stuff over there that we can't look at just yet, but I wanted to come into a sandbox park to show you some of the new changes. So going into settings now and heading over to game, all of this has been much further expanded than how it was before. So this is only in sandbox. You're able to toggle a lot of the features on and off, so this is really great. So first of all, animal settings, these were the ones we already had. You'll see I've already clicked them. So animal aging and birth were clicked off. Personally, I would quite like those to be separated. I know this is, I'm really sort of being finicky now because we've got all these new updated features, but I would like them to be able to have babies, but then the babies not necessarily grow up, because I think the babies are cute, and I just because the animals aren't getting older doesn't mean they can't have babies. I would like to see those separated, but aging and birth, animal death, animal fight, and animal illness were all toggleable already, but now we can specifically select affect death through aging, so you can still play with things like diseases or what have you, but they just live forever as far as aging is concerned. You can also toggle off animal welfare completely, so they're always happy no matter where you put them and what situation they're in. I'm not going to toggle that one because I do feel that there is something to be said about having the animals happy while they're in your zoo. But also, this is quite a useful one. Animal predation and fear. Animals stop hunting each other. This means you can basically make any exhibit or habitat that you like. You can have lions and giraffes and buffalo and aardvarks all in the same tub if you want, and by turning this one off they're not going to be bothering each other. Again, personally I'm going to leave that one off, but that's nice to have it there, I suppose, for people who want it. Guest settings, this was already a feature, limit the number of guests, although it wasn't saving every time you loaded, so hopefully that's been fixed. We'll find out, I guess, in a moment when I reload this. But now you can select the guests to have constant happiness, 100% happiness. You can set them to have 100% energy and hold it there. You can have 100% education. You can stop them being hungry, thirsty. You can stop them needing the toilet. They're all fantastic. You can turn all of those off. For now, I'm going to leave them on because it's not causing much of a bother for me, but very nice to have them there. But here is some real major ones, okay? Disable staff choosing to quit, that was already one, but these are all new now. So we can make staff always be happy. We can have staff always be energetic and full of energy, never needing to use staff rooms. We can turn barrier depredation off, which is again fantastic. We can power everything, and we can keep water clean, all without having to use power transformers and water purifiers. We can turn them all on. I am going to turn them all on. Which basically means you don't need mechanics in... oh, no, you still need mechanics because there are still stuff that breaks, right? Because the screens can be broken, and obviously mechanics fish trash cans and things like that. So there's still a few things here that could be added, vandalism being one, obviously being able to turn vandalism on and off. The other one I'd like to see is for staff to be fully trained as well when they first turn up in Sandbox mode, and not have to train them up. I would like my staff to be as good as they possibly can in Sandbox. But even still... I'm splitting hairs here. This is a fantastic update. Just that. Power everything, keep water clean. That would be enough. Just being able to do that so I can just click on this horrible building here and delete it. Not have to worry about that. Not have to worry about these 3 pieces of fence. That's the only bits of fence in this whole exhibit. Everything else is using null fencing because of the cliff face and the pond and the river fencing that we built by hand here and all the cliff face over here. But there had to be this little bit of fencing over here, and it kept breaking, and our naughty little grizzly bear Senate kept popping out there, didn't you? Naughty boy. Yeah, you know it as well, don't you? What a little horror he is. But yeah, this is really great news. Really awesome. Oh, you can't see that yet. Awesome Sandbox update. Yeah, really glad to see lots of quality of life features. Really glad to see them working on the game. Hoping for more sort of updates like this in the future. It really is awesome to see Frontier listen to feedback and very timely put it into place. It really is awesome stuff. Very excited to dive into the game now, these features, and get started on some more Sandbox stuff as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember we play lots of Planet Zoo here pretty much every day at the minute. We are playing Planet Zoo every single day. I missed a day the other day because I wasn't very well, but other than that, we are playing Planet Zoo every single day, so keep it here for all your Planet Zoo goodness. Until the next time, be good.